Staying up late is one of the worst things you can do, and I have just experienced this myself, guys. Don't do it. If you're still sleeping in early and think about working later at night, don't do it. It's better to sleep in early. Here's why. Because when you stay up late, around 1 a.m., 2 a.m., and onwards, you will wake up the next day wanting to go back to bed, even if you sleep 7 or 8 hours. And the reason for that is due to the fact that you were awake more hours in your regular day, so you need more than 7 to 8 hours to compensate for the energy you expended. For example, let's say you wake up at 8 a.m., right? And then that day you decide to stay up late till 3 a.m. That's like over 16 hours of being awake. And that's not your normal day. You actually go to bed much earlier on a normal day. And you sleep in your 7 to 8 hours, and you think, oh, I'm doing great. No, you feel it. Your body feels it, and you wake up the next day wanting to go back to bed, and then you spend the first 6-7 hours of that day wanting to go back to bed, but you have to keep doing something, otherwise you're going to waste your day. So you might as well just sleep in early the previous day so you can wake up earlier the next day. Man, sleeping in late, guys, staying up late is... you're sabotaging your potential, and I've experienced this firsthand. You don't make as much money as you do. You don't really socialize, and you stay to yourself, and it can lead to a depressive disorder, if I'm being honest. Not that I haven't, but your quality of life just goes down because everything else goes down, and then because of that, you start to experience depression. And it's not really depression, it's just a consequence of all your other actions, and they have accumulated, and now you're experiencing those results. So, how do we fix this? Well, the number one thing to fix this, guys, is just leave your phone away. Because everyone who sleeps in or stays up late, it's because of their phone, nothing else. I don't care what you say. The only exception is if you have obstructive sleep apnea, then that's a legit case, because when you don't get enough oxygen in your body, it's actually harder to fall asleep, and you're stressed out, you have anxiety. So if you have a small, narrow jaw or a recessed chin and all that stuff, go get jaw surgery, go get a MARPE expander, have your nasal cavity expanded to the maximum and your jaw brought forward, get a CPAP in the meantime, and then you'll be able to go to sleep normally like everyone else. But if you don't have those problems, then put your phone away, like around 7 or 8, or just shut it off. If you're going to use it till like 9:30, at 9:30 just put it away and go to sleep. I'm telling you, it makes a world difference. And why am I making this video? Because last night, guys, the previous night before yesterday, I slept in early. I went to bed early, and I felt so good that day. And then last night, I stayed up for literally, guys, just 2 hours difference. 2 hour difference, I stayed up more. And my whole morning has been a wreck. I woke up later, like much later than I usually do, and I still feel worse. You would think it's the opposite. And I don't even have a job because I have enough money saved, so I'm not stressed about money. It's just my body itself is so stressed that it's not recovered. And it also, my body at this age is naturally primed to get stuff completed. It's wanting to reproduce, it's wanting to do other things. So when I wake up so late, tired, that in itself is a stress, because it's not able to function properly and able to do all those stuff. Yada, yada, yada. Anyways, you get the point. If anyone is successful, it's not because they're sleeping in late or they're not staying up late. It's because they get enough sleep, guys. I don't care what those YouTube videos tell you. Get your sleep, get your hours in. And they say hours don't matter. The amount of sleep hours, they do matter, but I think what's also important is if they're consistent. If you're working a graveyard shift and you're constantly sleeping 8 hours from like 6 to 2 p.m., then that's fine, because your circadian rhythm has adjusted and it's consistent, so you'll be okay. It's not the best because you're missing out on sunlight, but it's better than nothing. However, if you're waking up normal hours like everyone who does day shift, but you start to sleep in, you start going to bed around the similar time as somebody who does graveyard shift. They go to bed at 6, that you go to bed at, what's it called, 2 a.m. It's 4 hours difference, but it's not too statistically significant. You're still considered in that same shift. Then it's the worst of both worlds. You're gonna miss out on the sunlight. You're up for more hours in the day. You're probably not doing as much as you can because you're up for more hours, just dreading there. You wake up at the same time as the day shifters. So you wake up the same time as the day shifters. You go to bed similar time to the graveyard shifters. That means you need more hours for sleep, and the hours you were awake, they're not as productive. You see, it's like 2 bullets in 1 shot. You don't want that. So, yeah, guys, I don't want to experience this anymore. Like, I thought being self-employed and being able to sleep whenever I want would be a better thing, but I realized that consistency in a rigid routine is actually better for you. So I know freedom of, like, we live in America. Well, I do. Freedom of speech, freedom of opportunity, freedom of choice is so ingrained in you that we think that choosing the unorthodox option is going to be better for some reason. And in some cases it is. A lot of times it is, because it's more efficient. But when it's the unorthodox option of being able to but when you're choosing against your own nature, that's really gonna punish you, because there's no freedom of choice when it comes to nature. You have to follow nature, and ultimately if you don't, you're gonna get punished by nature. That's the point. The laws in the Constitution do not follow the laws of your body, the laws of the air and the earth. It's 2 different things, and that's what messes us up. Because we are American and we can choose our own schedule, we can choose the career that we want, we can choose anything, we can decide our own destiny. We think, not consciously, it's just subliminally, like, oh, my body's gonna follow. No, it's not. Your body is gonna be like, go to sleep, stop working these graveyard shifts, or sleeping early and stop staying up watching YouTube at me. So that's the moment of realization. Your body and the law of nature does not follow the laws of your country if you're in America. Stick to a discipline. Oh shit, you know what? You go there. I was gonna steal this guy's spot. I'm not gonna be a dick. I was about to pull the most Karen ass move of all time. This guy was waiting for this car to back up, and I was literally just gonna go in like automatically, but then I saw the guy waiting, and I was like, oh, I'm not gonna be that horrible person. Good, luckily there's a spot ahead that was open, so yeah. Anyways, guys, that's it. Stay in, go to bed early. I'm gonna start following that, and I'm gonna update, guys. I'm gonna update with the video 1 week from now, or maybe a video every day of where I go to bed early at 9 p.m. I'm gonna see what the difference is, because if you stay up late, guys, you're not gonna want to experience life, in my opinion. Like, you don't look forward to life if you stay up late. And I've seen it with my own eyes with another person that I know, where you stay up too late and then they don't want to do anything the whole day, and I'm like, what's wrong with you? But once I experienced it, I understand it now. So I'm really gonna go to bed early tonight. 9 p.m. I'm starting to head to bed, lay in the bed, lights out, boom, see what happens.